Imagine learning how to sleep on bed when you're already baby. Look at this. Look at the girls, the way they are all over my bed. All over my bed. This is what we call touching lives through love. You can see the girls refused to sleep in their bed yesterday. So yesterday night we slept in my bed, all of us. And you see they are all over. So I had to wake up very early because I don't have enough space to sleep. I have squeezed myself all through the night. It has not been easy. But these girls, as you can see them here, feeling all free and feeling that they are in their own space. This is what they have been longing for all their life. And I remember ever since they joined our family when they were new, they have been sleeping with me. There are days they would want to sleep, me holding them, and it would become so tricky when I'm sleeping holding all the three of them. But it was a little bit manageable that time because they were a bit tiny, not like now. Now they have grown big. And one thing that these girls have always never gotten enough of is a mother's love. Remember when they were back in the slum, they didn't have the mother's love. This big one, it was the one who was the mother to the other two. And it was not easy for her. And yeah, this is how my life is at times. This is what the girls take me through at times. So I had no choice but to wake up very early. Now I'm trying to find something to keep me busy because I have to give them space to sleep until they have enough of sleep. So these are some of the sacrifices that I have to make behind scenes. But I am happy because I'm giving these girls what their hearts have been longing for, have been yearning for, have been looking for. And when I see them feeling this happy, can you look at them? Look at how peaceful they are. Look at how contented they are. Look at how satisfied they are. Look at how at home they feel at home. They feel safe. They feel secure. You know, I can't get a better satisfaction in life than this. This is beyond any other thing that I would want for in life. At least in my lifetime here on earth, I can confidently say that I touched somebody's life. I touched the life of these three girls in the little way that I can, in the best way that I can, and I cannot complain. And I thank God for the grace. One interesting thing, let me tell you a story. When these girls came to our house in the year 2020, after we rescued them from Korogocho slums, of course, by now, most of our family members here, if you are a member of this big family, you already know why we have these girls. They are my foster daughters, beautiful, cute, pretty foster daughters that I rescued from Korogocho slums in the year 2020, after realizing that they lived with their father, their biological father, who was molesting these girls, and they didn't have a mother, and they were just going through a miserable life. But now God has restored their lives, God has blessed their lives, and they're happy. So the story is, when I see them able to sleep on bed like this, you might see like it's just any other ordinary thing. But for me, it's an achievement. Being able to sleep on bed is an achievement. Imagine. You know what? When they came and they were new in our house, because back in the slum, they were sleeping literally on the floor. So you know, on the floor they would roll at night, roll from one corner, roll to the other corner, roll from one side, roll to the other side. You know, so when they came to our house and we put them on bed for the first time, they used to fall from bed to the floor, literally falling, because they would not register in their minds that they are on bed. They thought they are still on the floor. And so on bed, you see, a bed is the space on bed is limited, so they would not register in their minds that they are on the bed, and they would roar, just roll from one side to the other, roll from one corner to the other, just like they are used to rolling on the ground. And we would wake up and find all the kids that were sleeping on the bed, they are all of them on the ground. And they are on the ground but still enjoying their peaceful sleep, and would get shocked and would make fun of it, and at times would even laugh about it. And you know, it was just a funny scenario. So now, you know, sleeping on the cemented floor all night is not funny. It is not funny at all, because the floor is cold. So we agreed with my daughter Abigail, our big sister, and our house manager, we shall be having night shifts. So at night we shall be alternating. So everybody would wake up at a particular time in the night, would divide the hours in night, and then everybody would wake up in shift and check on the girls. If you find any of them has fallen down, you pick them up from the floor and put them back on bed. You see, like right now, as I'm doing this video, they are not covered. So they have never, I don't know, somehow they have never learned the art of covering themselves. So nobody has removed the duvet from them, but most of the time you find they have thrown away the duvet and they're sleeping uncovered. So the person on duty for that hour would wake up, pick the girls from the floor, put them back on bed, and cover them with the duvet to keep them warm. Then we would go for another maybe 2 hours. The next person would wake up, find maybe another one has fallen on the floor, pick them up, put them back on bed, cover them up with the duvet to keep them warm. And so we would divide our night in a shift of 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. So in every 2 hours, there's somebody waking up and putting them in bed to sleep. And that was just funny. It was just funny. So at some point, we stopped making them sleep lengthwise, you know, the way the bed is, the length of the bed, and would make them sleep across the bed, so that at least now, even if they roll, they have a bigger space of rolling, because at times it would become tiresome waking up to check on them. So we decided, you see, like the way they are sleeping along the bed, so we changed their sleeping to sleeping across the bed, so that at least they won't fall so often. And it was just interesting. One thing I thank God is when they were falling on the floor, before they learned, for them they had to learn how to sleep on bed. Imagine. Can you imagine learning how to sleep on bed? Some of us take these things for granted, and I have learned a lot of things from these girls, which have made me, you know, be so humble in my life, you know, face life and approach life with a lot of humility, with a lot of appreciation, with a lot of gratitude to God. Because how do you imagine you are learning to sleep on bed? These girls literally learned how to sleep on bed, literally learning how to sleep on bed. So one thing that I thank God for, as they were in that process of now learning how to sleep on bed, is that as they kept falling on the floor, none of them broke their hand or their leg or their neck. God kept them safe. My biggest worry was if they fall, and they are falling just unconsciously, they are sleepy, they are deeply asleep and they are falling down. But trust you me, none of them broke any leg or hand or neck. They were safe. God just had a way of keeping them safe, and I'm grateful to God, and I'm happy. So it's early in the morning. I am forced out of bed. It's not that I wanted to wake up at this time. At least I wanted to extend a bit. Maybe I should trust God to bless us with a bigger bed than this one, so that now when the girls refuse to sleep on their bed and they want to sleep in Mommy's bedroom on Mommy's bed, we have enough space for everyone. You see, now they are squeezing on my bed, and their beds are literally empty. Nobody is sleeping on their bed, but they prefer to leave their beds and come and sleep with Mommy on Mommy's bed. So I'm trusting God to bless me to buy a bigger bed so that we can be able to fit in comfortably. Myself, I'm forced to wake up early because now where do I sleep? You see, where her head is where my legs are supposed to be. You see the way they are crisscrossing, stepping on each other. So I'm forced to be awake early, not because I want it, but because my neck is even aching. The way I have squeezed the whole night, only God knows. So I have to be up earlier than planned. I'm trying to find an activity to keep me busy this early as I wait them to wake up. When it is time to wake up, go shower and take breakfast. And it's gonna be an exhausting day for me because anytime I let them sleep on my bed, trust you me, I never have enough sleep, because most of the time in the night I'm waking up, covering them up, I'm waking up, making them not step on each other like the way they are now stepping on each other, you see, making them sleep without stepping on each other. So anytime they request that they want to sleep with me, it's usually a tough time for me, but it's a worthy sacrifice to make. I never sleep comfortably. I never sleep enough. But if this interprets to making my girls feel loved, if this interprets to making my foster daughters feel a touch of the mother's love, so be it. I'm ready to make the sacrifice. I'm ready to do what it takes. I'm ready to be there for our girls. So it is just a random video that I thought I should do because we are now one family. Thank you everybody who is here as our member of our big family. These girls, I always tell you, they are not mine alone. These girls are ours. You are the mothers and the aunties and the uncles, the cousins, and the family that they know. So together with me, let us raise up these girls. Let us keep praying for them. Let us support them until they finish their education, go to high school, go to university. Let us never get tired of being there for these girls, because if we get tired of being there for them, if we get tired of giving them a good life, if we get tired of making them go to school, if we get tired of loving them, if we get tired of making sacrifices for them, who will? If not us, who else? So if not us, who else? If not me being there as their mother, as their foster mother, who else? So thank you for those that are holding our hands in raising up these girls. May God bless you. It's not easy, by the way. Oh, it is not easy. For 14 years, I stayed with one biological daughter because I was afraid to give birth to another child. And I was wondering, so if I give birth to another child, how will I bring them up? And so I stayed with my daughter for 14 years without adding another baby. But now see how God works. God added me three. So you can imagine, if I was afraid to add my biological child because I was afraid of how to raise another extra kid up, how much more about raising 3 kids, how much more? So you can imagine the burden on my shoulders. You can imagine the budgets I have to meet. You can imagine the lengths I have to go. can imagine the sacrifices I have to make. My goodness. My goodness. I remember even this Christmas, I didn't buy anything for myself. I didn't buy any shoe. I didn't buy any clothes for myself because the budget could not allow. At least we had an angel and a good Samaritan who blessed my kids with the Christmas shoes and Christmas dresses. But for me, as I remember, in January, they are going back to school, the 4 of them. I can't have the luxury of buying myself anything for Christmas. So those are some of the sacrifices that I have to make. And whenever you go out to touch lives through love, there is a cost with it that comes with it. There are sacrifices that come with it, but it is worth it. It is worth it. It is the small sacrifices that count. So don't wait until you have too much. You can start now with the little that God has blessed you. Choose to be a blessing to somebody. Choose to touch a life through love. So it's just a random video that I wanted to do for you, my people, for you, my family, to just see how sometimes our sleeping routine is crazy, but we thank God. Love you guys and see you in our next video. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has already subscribed. I'm very happy. I'm grateful. Thank you. I appreciate each and every subscriber. And if you are watching and you've become a member of our big family and you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell so that anytime we have a new video like this random one, you are among the first people to be notified that you have a new video for you to watch. Like our video. The more you like our video, the more it will be recommended by YouTube to be watched by many other people. So please remember to like, remember to share it with your friends, and remember to comment. I usually feel happy when I'm reading your comments. I usually set aside quality time to go through your comments, and I put efforts to replying to your comments. And so please subscribe, comment, like and share, and bye. See you in our next video. Bye bye.